Any traces of the culprit?
Still nothing. We also didn't catch the culprit on any of the surveillance cameras. They probably got away through the back alley.
While wearing a polar bear costume.
Maybe they took it off and threw it in the ocean.
Right, so here's the thing, right? Because we know that Boss killed So, in the other timeline bit that we did, because we know that, it makes me think here that Boss is the real killer, most likely. And all that she had to do was take off the costume, throw it in the ocean, and then wait for backup and then act as if she got there as well at the same time.
If it were filled with something heavy, it would sink to the bottom.
Right, so instead of doing all the usual shit about looking around the room like we normally do, we're just going to go straight into this. So, about So.
So, Sejima? He was in Iris' Somnium yesterday.
Right. But Iris says she's never met him.
Why not ask So about it?
So lives in Azabu, right? I guess I could.
Iris and Ota?
They were taken to Central Hospital.
They're both alive.
Ota's surgery went well. He's in treatment now. He's stable, nothing life-threatening.
He's alive.
Iris, though.
Is she still in surgery?
Yeah.
Iris's left eye was forcibly removed. Because the optic nerve is connected to the brain, the surgery will take some time to...
She's alive. She's alive. I may not see her again, but she's alive. Have you contacted Hitomi and Mayumi? The parents?
Of course. Hitomi's at the hospital, waiting for the surgery to finish.
And Mayumi?
She was at the hospital earlier, waiting for Ota to get out. I think she went back home to get some clothes and things for Ota's hospital stay.
Date, last night, Mayumi left the diner to
We
chase
need to...
after
Ooh,
Iris
Hydra,
Ota.
thank you. Will do.
Perhaps she knows something.
We do need to speak to her. She knows more than she's letting on. Or Iris did something to her.
Yeah, she might.
Maybe Iris is the true killer in a sense, and she has a way of manipulating everyone.
Let's listen to Mayumi's story.
So you got two people that we've been told to go and see. The fishery, we need to
You
check
should
the
ask
crime
Iva
scene.
about that.
Yes, I have already done some research. Okiura Fishery is owned by the Okiura we know. Renju's father created the company.
But it's not owned by him
Another
anymore.
connection to Renju.
So this is the second victim, Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju. The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
So it's a coincidence the criminal chose that location?
I don't think it is. I think that's a ruse.
Unknown.
They're giving statements at HQ right now. The line is pretty long.
You could just talk to Mizuki.
Right. She's part of the Okiura family too. Oh, speaking of. Hey boss, did you end up sending anyone to take care of Mizuki yesterday?
Jeez, you're finally getting around to asking that? Yes, she's fine. I had one of our new recruits take her. She took her back to your house, so Mizuki should still be there.
So Mizuki's at home.
And I'm fairly certain she's furious with you.
Fair enough.
After
Fair
leaving her alone with Mama, I mean.
And CSI family think that's gonna be a no.
It's still ongoing, but they haven't found anything of note yet. Date, Iba, go to the warehouse again and investigate. You two might be able to find some useful clues.
We should go.
Alright boss, I'm going to investigate all this.
Got it. We're counting.
Let's go, Iva.
Let's go.
Roger that.
Oh, sound alarm's not working. Why is sound alarm? Oh, it was work. It was just not on the. I need to turn the volume of that up. Hold on. Can I make sound alerts even louder? I don't think I can. Just odd. I don't like that. It did work though. I did hear it. Thank you for redeeming nighttime. It is nighttime indeed. Looking out my window, it is officially nighttime. Right, so where should we go first? Tsushima Residence is not somewhere we've been before, so that's new. We want to go to some with good news. But we should check the crime scene. So I don't think there's going to be anything here because we've already been here before. But the fact that she wasn't executed like before, that's so good to know. And it makes me think, what exactly happened differently?
2 cars.
These cars have been parked here since before 3:17 a.m.
1 van and 1 station wagon.
One must be the one that Ota took. So where's the other car?
This station wagon is a stolen car.
Doesn't help.
Stolen.
Last night, the owner of the vehicle reported it stolen. It was stolen at 10:33 p.m. yesterday.
10:33.
The theft occurred in Fuchu, Tokyo, in the parking lot of Famisto, a convenience store along Koshu Highway.
The Famisto parking lot, huh?
The car was stolen while the owner was shopping inside the store. The vehicle's engine was on.
Who leaves their car with
The
the engine
doors
on?
might have even been unlocked, which would have made the theft easy for the culprit.
So it's a crime of convenience.
Who owns the van?
The Matsushita family. It appears as though it was used for transporting ingredients.
Okay,
and
so
supplies.
that's the car that Ota went in.
Tessa, wait! I'll get the car.
Unless that's the car that the
Ota's
mum came in.
fingerprints were found on the steering wheel and gear shift. Iris's fingerprints were found around the passenger seat.
So, want to hear another dark humor joke? Yeah, absolutely. So
Those were the only prints recently made.
that's the car that they came in.
Who took the car?
Ota Matsushita.
What?
Ota got into the car and drove off. The security cameras at the convenience store caught the entire incident. Ota's fingerprints were also found on the steering wheel of that car.
So he brought a second car.
There is no doubt that it was Ota.
The stream of the polar bear started around 3 a.m.
Correct.
Hold on. So
About 10 minutes later, Ota appeared on screen.
3
Ota
10
stole
3.
a car at 10:33 p.m.
So why do you steal the car then?
That makes 4.5 hours until he appeared on screen.
You got on a bus and you asked the bus driver why he became a bus driver. They said to overcome my fear. Fear of what? Is that joke gone over my head? And the fear was dying alone. Oh, god damn it.
Was there anything else found inside the car?
God damn it.
There was one thing.
Stupid thing.
What was it?
Ota's cell phone. The one he purchased 2 days ago in Akihabara. It slid under the driver's seat.
Where's the phone now?
Its data is being inspected and evaluated.
So these cars weren't here last time.
I cannot find anything in the vicinity that could...
Me either. Let's check inside the warehouse.
Right. That's really interesting.
Wow, it's cold in here.
That's really interesting. What happened in the other one that meant that we were too late to get there this time?
The air conditioners have stopped. However, the insulation in the walls has kept the room temperature close to what it was this morning.
I should finish this investigation before I freeze to death.
Well then, you had better get...
Right, policeman.
Yeah, some engineer from NRIPS created a jacket lined with heating wires. That keeps me warm. Nice, right? All the cops and inspectors around here are wearing them.
Did you know the fruit orange was before the colour orange? Before the colour was red. Oh, you mean like... Oops. They called things red. They was just like... Anything that was orange was a variation of red. I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. Interesting facts of Bays, huh?
I checked this place point by point, but didn't find nothing.
Didn't find nothing. Right, that's because you are a bad policeman. Oil drum.
It really does look like Reika from that cabaret club in Nakamaguro.
What part of her looks like a metal tube?
Probably not a clue this time. Overhead crane. This is the room from that sink that we were in. If you remember that, the shelves, the big open warehouse. Actually, no. Is there any windows? Okay, maybe it's not. This wasn't here before.
Huh. There's something there.
You should go pick it up.
Huh. I recognize this.
Did you know if you set up every nuke in the world, you'd be charged with a war crime? You know what? I don't think I will, because there'll be no one left to tell me it was a crime.
An Odoroki man chocolate.
Who do we know that really likes chocolate? Is it...
You've been
a kid?
collecting them for 3 years. Each chocolate contains a special sticker inside.
Did we kill?
Years ago, you started buying them for Mizuki, but eventually, you got hooked on them.
Oh, is Mizuki the killer?
Even after Mizuki lost interest, you kept buying them.
That's a bittersweet memory. The Odoroki Man chocolate. Why is this here?
Perhaps we can use it as a... Let's investigate further.
There's nothing there. That's weird. See, these are clues that weren't there, like, before.
There are only a few items on the shelf. Is this warehouse not in...
That's where Ota was stabbed. So we know from the other one that the killer stabs Ota, starts the cutting machine, cuts Iris in half, and then puts Ota on there while he's stabbed. Does it again, and he carries him from point B to point A.
The
Forklift?
tires of the forklift are clearly frozen to the ground.
So the forklift didn't
hasn't
move.
been moved in a long time. What are you thinking?
Nothing. It just seemed noteworthy.
It does indeed. Because if that can't move... it's not frozen to the ground. Which means that that one was in use. Forklift B was in use, whereas forklift A was not. I think that's everything other than the inspector.
No, nothing so far. Yeah, wish it were under better circumstances. Too bad you're not a girl. This could be the start of something.
Huh. Yeah, thinking the same thing.
We're gonna start a family with this guy.
No, unfortunately I live alone. With a job like this, I don't really get the chance to meet new people.
We just...
Once this case is wrapped up, how about you and I go to a cabaret club together?
Hey, now you're talking.
Are we just making friends with the bloody inspector?
Fine, right?
Sure, I'll expense it.
I recorded that conversation. I will be sending it to the boss later.
On second thought, why don't we split it?
Aw, lame.
I love the fact we're making friends with this guy. Otis' blood to his step and went down. Good, absolutely no evidence here. Equipment, an ice skip machine, and workbench. So
A
equipment.
video camera and laptop. This is what the criminal used to stream.
So the fact that the boss recorded it, or at least bosses seem to be on the camera with it, suggests that the killer likes recording what they do. And she's tied up to something.
All of these items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them. I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd. is listed as the owner. However, I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it.
God damn it. Mizuki being the killer is starting to become more and more likely.
3 a.m. this morning. Iris was lying right here.
If Ota hadn't come to save her, it would have been too late. That machine is used to cut ice.
Oh, thanks,
We
Ivan.
have gathered testimony from the workers regarding it. This has always been in the warehouse, so the suspect did not bring it here.
Any fingerprints?
Nothing. No fingerprints have been found at the scene at all. This entire warehouse is clean.
I see.
That's everything here.
Oh, it's freezing.
Date, we're at our limit. We've examined everything of interest here. Let's go elsewhere.
I agree.
Right, so that's there. Tsushima Residence Central Hospital Date. I think we should talk to Mizuki. Ask about those chocolates. That's a weird piece of evidence that wasn't there before. As if the killer was in a rush for some reason. Knew our whereabouts, or had some reason just to boat it at that point.